Hi team, Melissa from Melissa versus Fibromyalgia here, and I wanted to talk to you today about insomnia. So, insomnia is a really big deal, but something that doesn't seem to be taken anywhere near seriously enough. So, there are a lot of negative effects from dealing with insomnia, and yet it is basically one of the key symptoms of fibromyalgia, yet it doesn't look like anyone really minds. In my more than decade-long struggle with insomnia and fibromyalgia, I never really found a doctor who took it that seriously. And I just knew for the longest time that if I could get a little bit more than 1 hour in a row of sleep, that it would make quite a lot of difference for me. So, I actually was able to see that kind of come true when I started taking low-dose naltrexone, and even with a baby who gets up quite regularly in the night for me to nurse him, I'm sleeping better than I did before. For example, last night the baby went to bed at 12:30 and got up again at 5:30, but I slept like the dead for those 5 hours in between, which I would never have done before, and it's making such a big difference from things like less pain, more energy. The emotional difference is huge. Like being awake in pain all night is such a big struggle. If you've never done it, you will have no idea how hard it is. And other things like losing weight. And just lots of those other flow-on effects have made a really big deal for me. So I wrote a post called The Case for Taking Insomnia in Fibromyalgia More Seriously, and I wanted to make a video as well for you. So there's a lot of research behind it, and I'll put a link below so that you can go through the post and have a look at the research as well. But here are some of those key facts about insomnia and fibromyalgia. So like I said before, insomnia is a key problem for people with fibromyalgia and many other chronic illnesses. It's debilitating, and it can make already incapacitating symptoms worse. It's a recipe basically for a shorter and less fulfilled life. It causes pain, so even for those without chronic conditions, having insomnia or chronic sleep deprivation causes pain. It costs money. So in healthcare costs, from those who suffer the side effects, and absenteeism from the inability to work, and lost income. So if you could place a value on a fully functioning human being able to participate fully in life, and then multiply that by the 10 million people in the US alone who are estimated to have it, and the 3 to 6% of the world's population, it will be a massive number. I mean, just for me alone, that lost income is a very large figure. And sleep pretty much helps with every symptom of fibromyalgia. It improves our quality of life and our emotional state, which I said before, kind of big deals, right? And we can actually improve sleep. It's multifactorial, and a doctor probably needs to help, but we can improve it. There's no reason we shouldn't be sleeping. So basically, I did a heap of research into it, and at the risk of getting dry or anything, I'll let you know about a couple of those. So one is that laboratory animals subjected to extreme sleep deprivation basically die pretty quick from unknown causes. Exactly what goes wrong is not clear, but their body temperature starts to drop, and they suffer rapid and widespread physiological failure. So they just die from dramatic sleep deprivation. And according to a majority of the studies, sleep deprivation produces hyperalgesic changes. That means it causes pain. And so what sort of side effects, besides what I've said, does all of the research and my experience indicate that insomnia causes? And it's fatigue, it's pain, it's headaches, it's attention problems, it's anxiety and or depression, as well as those other things. Things like driving while fatigued or not having enough sleep is pretty much as bad or worse than driving while under the influence of alcohol or drugs. It slows your reaction times. Sleep is actually a treatment for pain. So in this research I found, they said more broadly, our findings highlight sleep as a novel therapeutic target for pain management within and outside the clinic, including circumstances where sleep is frequently short, yet pain is abundant. Why is sleep a novel or innovative treatment for pain? Why is it not a first-line treatment? Basically because doctors don't really know what to do. It's, again, one of those multifactorial things that requires, thought and time and help. So if the research supports insomnia as life-threatening and costing money and leading to pain, why are we not helping people sleep? I've never understood it, but I'd really love for doctors and researchers to pay attention to help us to figure out, what can help us to sleep. But what exactly is insomnia? So it's trouble falling asleep, difficulty staying asleep, waking too early, not achieving good quality sleep, and waking unrefreshed, which are really key components of fibromyalgia. So basically, Dr. Lipton in the Fibro Manual, and I highly recommend her book. I love it. She has a really good protocol, which starts with sleep. If you get sleep, then you can work through the rest of the protocol and achieve a pretty good quality of life. She says that sleep studies show that fibromyalgia subjects show abnormal awake type brainwaves all night long, with reduced and interrupted deep sleep and frequent mini awakenings. This deep sleep deprivation leads to pain, fatigue, and poor brain function. Treatment focused on increasing deep sleep is the key to improving all of these symptoms. So basically, we don't sleep well, and that causes a lot of problems. So treating sleep should help with pain, fatigue, and fibrofog. Yet no one is really dealing with it. Doctors are really reluctant to do anything to help us with sleep, yet my two favorite books and protocols, Dr. Lipton and Dr. Teitelbaum, both say that the first thing they treat is sleep. They can't do anything else. You can't get better without sleep, and it's so important. As you probably know, if you've followed my blog for any amount of time, I've had insomnia for a very long time. I've got all of it, that trouble falling asleep, the trouble staying asleep, getting into deep sleep, waking, feeling even more exhausted than when I went to bed. And I had tried all the things. I'm not sure that you will find someone more into trying all of the things than I am. I've done the research, I've tried all the natural stuff, I have a pretty rigorous sleep hygiene routine, I've tried lots of supplements, I was on amitriptyline for a long time, and that was the only thing that really helped me get to sleep. But the big thing that finally broke through was starting low-dose naltrexone, and for some reason that helped me get to sleep and stay asleep for longer. So instead of sleeping in 1 hour blocks, I now sleep, like I said, 3, 4, or 5 hour blocks, even with a newborn baby. So it's pretty exciting for me. Unfortunately, low-dose naltrexone doesn't work that way for everybody. It doesn't work at all for some. So it's not an answer for everybody. And I want an answer for everybody. I mean, ideally without long-term drug use, but short-term low-dose drug use can be the only thing that helps us to start to get sleep and help us start to work on all of the other things, because there's a lot going on and it's so complex that we need time to tease through it all. So I would love to hear about what you have kind of managed to cobble together. How do you sleep? What are the biggest things that help you? Does your doctor help you? Have you got a doctor you want to shout out so that other people can come and see this doctor if they are in your area? I would love researchers and doctors to pay attention, and even if the only thing a doctor can ever do is help the patients in front of them, they will be making a big difference, a huge difference. I can't tell you the difference to my quality of life. What my life was 2 years ago is just far and away what it is now, and it could be better, and I'm working on it. I work on it daily, but I'm so grateful every single day for that sleep, and I just want that for everyone else. So what do you need to do if you are struggling with sleep problems? Learn. So take control yourself and learn everything you can. Like I said before, I'll link below that big article. I also have lots of other articles about sleep. I also have Sleep and Fibromyalgia 101 micro course if you wanted to take that learning a little bit further. I also do coaching if you wanted to work kind of one-on-one through your unique needs and plans and that kind of thing. But just learn. Take in as much information as you can. Start getting your sleep hygiene in place, start getting your natural things in place, and chat with your doctor about action plans. And if your doctor isn't going to help you, find another one, because you do need help. Beg for help. 2 books I recommend. 1, Dr. Lipton, The Fibro Manual. Just read it. It's amazing. It's so good. And Dr. Teitelbaum, The Fatigue and Fibromyalgia Solution. It's crazy how the wavelength they're on. They're both very similar programs, and they are holistic. They deal with your whole of life, and they deal with sleep. That's been quite long. I hope that that was helpful. If you like learning about fibromyalgia and chronic pain or chronic fatigue and insomnia, if you like the pragmatic and practical and solutions-based stuff, then like and subscribe. Come on over to melissaversusfibromyalgia.com and have a look at all of my resources. And come to the Melissa versus Chronic Pain, Chronic Fatigue, Fibromyalgia Facebook group. That's where we really chat through quite a lot of things. And as I said, if you're interested in coaching to really take that journey further, I'll leave a link for that below too. But I know that I've thrown a lot of information at you. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and I will chat to you again soon. Bye.